Hey everybody, my name is April and her name is Rachel and this is Thrifty Nerdy Mom. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So glad to see everyone. We have my sister who, brief backstory, used to be a cast member at Walt Disney World. You were in the college program what year?
I did spring and I extended all the way till the end of the year for 2018.
Okay. And then you were...
I left for 6 months because I got tired of attractions, and then I came back and I worked in custodial until the pandemic started, and then I moved to Connecticut. So, but yeah, other than that, I also worked at Universal. I worked at Islands of Adventure and Marvel Superhero Island, so cool. It was also a great time.
So we're going to try to just ask, we might do this into like a part 1 and part 2 video where we just kind of ask her like some cast member questions. Nothing like too deep because obviously she can't tell us some things, but like part 1 is just more like quick questions, and then part 2 will be more like questions that like have stories to them. So, but before we get into that, please like and subscribe, join our family. We would love to have you because we love Disney. I meant to actually like put on like a Thor shirt and have you wear Loki, but I kind of forgot to ask you to do that.
I am wearing my Loki shirt that I got from one of the cast options years ago.
Okay, well,
Loki.
I failed. I don't know where my Thor shirt is, but that's for another video. So I asked some of my friends to send me some questions that they would want my sister to answer. So if you see a glow on my face, it's my phone. So, first question. Are all cast members looked at the same way? Like, is there a hierarchy? Like with, like, so cast members have, like, seniority amongst, like, their own, like, members and everything. Other than that, if you're talking about like roles, like of course there are like roles that more people would like to do versus they won't like to do. Like I know a lot of people don't enjoy lifeguarding. Not a whole lot of people sign up to do custodial because it is a very physically demanding and exhausting role, but I think that was my most rewarding role. So yeah, you have like people who do some and do not do others, but yeah. So there is and there isn't. It's like everyone has like a personal preference. I'd want to do custodial to do the water art.
You see, I did it just because I knew I didn't have to do anything. Like I didn't have to get land trained anywhere else. I just had to know where the bathrooms were, and I could literally just put my phone on break mode and just coast along. Don't do that if you're a cast member. I'm just saying the idea of it was really nice.
I love the water art though. It's kind of like, would be my thing. So, second question is, do cast members get discounts on everything?
No. And discounts, depending on the time of the year, can go from, I think the most you can get is like 40% off on most things. It doesn't count for like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge stuff. I think for the first 3 years, I'm not even like joking about that. I don't think you can get any discounts. Oh, no. Sad. There's like some things you can't get discounts on. Most of the time, I think it was like 20% off, and then it goes up to 40%. So, yeah. Now, team members at Universal get good discounts. Highly recommended on that front. I lived my best life shopping at Universal Studios.
And I think like you can kind of openly give them to your family members.
Yeah, like I took my mom to Halloween Horror Nights and she was like, I want to buy you a shirt. And I was like, bet, I can give you my discount. And that was great.
I feel like there's some sort of debate about this, but I feel like I know what the answer is going to be. Which is better, like Cast Connections or like Character Warehouse? Have you ever been to Character Warehouse?
Yes. So, like, they're all together now. Cast Connections and the Character. Yeah, it's not even really the Character Warehouse. It's called a different name. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about, like, the Character Warehouses.
Oh, like that people publicly can go to?
Yeah.
Depending on the time of the year, it's the same stuff.
Oh.
But, like,
if you're shopping near Christmas, they like bring out like really exclusive deals, like exclusive collectibles that maybe didn't like have like it has one scratch on them, but they sell it for like 75% off because people don't want to buy it. So it can get really lit some parts of the year. Cast Connections used to, right before COVID happened, they were selling the chicken strips they sell at the parks.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
that's really cool. I'm very
It's actually
upset
really
that I
cool.
didn't like manage to,
Grab a few bags on your way out.
because man,
I can't remember the chicken strips at Disney.
oh, they're not fantastic, but let me tell you, if you're dying,
It's kind of like the Cisco chicken strips, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? Like the good Cisco chicken strips.
they're not the best, but they will,
You can cook them just right, and they are.
yeah.
I'll compare it to that. Did Disney's new hire? How did Disney's new hire training go?
So, and this is just my experience. This is how I felt about it. I don't speak for the company or anybody else's experience with the company, but that training, it sets you up to be a cast member. I feel like I've called it brainwashing. You go in maybe not understanding the operations of the parks very well, and by the time you leave, you understand the operations of the parks. I think training's actually 2 weeks, but like the first week you're learning all about policies and procedures. You do traditions. You get to go into the tunnels under Magic Kingdom, and you get to like learn about how the company is operated for such a long time. And spoiler, Mickey did come out both times I did orientation with Disney to give us our like name tags and our employee IDs. I cried both times. It doesn't.
That's precious.
It doesn't.
I'd probably cry too.
He comes out every time, does his little wave, and I'm like, oh, it's Mickey. Ah, I knew it was coming the second time the music started playing, just bawling.
You're like, I'm still not prepared.
And then typically the week after, you're learning more about your role. You're learning more about not only like your area, but like little tidbits of everything. Like I learned all about Tomorrowland, all of its like little features. And then I had to completely learn the West, which is what like we called Frontierland and Adventureland, Liberty Square. It's now divided up much different than that. I don't even remember where things are what anymore, but I had to learn all about that, where bathrooms are, where side exits are. So yeah, that's all your second week. So it's just learning your park. It's fun, but it's a lot. It's a lot of information.
So, was the college program any different from like regular cast member? Like, was it harder, easier?
So the experience is just about the same when it comes to like dealing with people, because 90% of the time these people, you're like only talking to them for like 5 to 10 seconds at a time. If it's any longer than that, then they like remember you but you don't remember them type situation. So, but the thing where it's different is the union takes care of the part full-time, maybe even the seasonal cast members, while college programmers don't have a union. So if something happens and a leader wants to talk to them about clocking in or not clocking in, anything, they don't have to have a representative with them. So it's kind of like they don't have someone to speak for them.
Okay.
So you have to fight harder. So, yeah. And when it comes, you're like, basically, they say CP stands for closing person, and it also kind of stands for, like, dude, you're the lowest on the totem pole. Like, you get no benefits, besides living 20 minutes away from Disney, which, quite honestly, was the only benefit I needed when I started out.
Would you suggest it though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I became a much better person thanks to my college program.
How hard was it to get hired for Disney?
Like regular hired or CP hired?
I guess both.
So the college program, hopefully it comes back soon because I think it's great. It's competitive. It's super competitive. I went for it twice and I got it both times. I did not do the first time because
I remember.
they put me in food and beverage, and not hating on any of my food and beverage people, I'm not built like that. I'm not. Like, I would say that's like the toughest role. And
Excuse me, I would dump food on somebody. I know I couldn't do that.
My roommate had someone like throw fries in her face, and she like came home super upset, and I was like, I would have lost my job. I can't do it. I can't do it. So shout out to food and bev people, because I saw that offer and I was like, no.
How hard was it to like get rehired? Like, was it hard at all?
No.
Okay.
Which is crazy because it's like a whole policy on like how you call out and how many points it equals and like reprimands and whatever. I had one more call out on my CP before they terminated me. It was like a Russian roulette. It was fun.
You're like,
I was like, ooh, is it gonna be me or is it gonna be you?
towing that line.
So, but yeah, I had 1 point left, and they hired me back. They were like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine now." And they were like, "Cool beans, welcome back."
Do all the cast members get to use the underground tunnels?
Yes and no. They have the ability to use the tunnels. I don't know. It's like one of those things where like, who's gonna use it more? So I used it both times that I worked there because I worked both times in Magic Kingdom. So like, yeah, like I'm doing park day. I have my blue ID on me. I don't want to walk around, so I'm gonna use the tunnel.
Oh, I didn't know you get to like use it when you're just going around. That's
Yeah,
cool.
you just have to prove that you're.
Because
Because here's the thing, like, what most people don't
But we
understand.
couldn't, like, I was with you, I couldn't.
No, you could not come with me. But the crazy thing is like, regular guests don't understand. Like, you're surrounded by cast members at all time, and sometimes they're dressed like you are. It's called security.
Security.
You think someone's really enjoying the Muppet vision behind you? No, they're watching you. No, just kidding. They're not. Don't. Don't get suspicious.
I mean, they might be watching you, but if they're watching you, you probably deserve it.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
I'm just looking at these questions. Oh, I remember what questions. Do cast members still get cast member only pins?
I swear I've like seen exclusive cast member pins. What I saw more of and what I thought were cuter were cast member lanyards, so you could get like an exclusive lanyard with a character on it. Like my roommate got me a Stitch one. She got me a Merida one. I got spoiled by my roommates when I did my CP, quite honestly. I was the baby, I guess. But yeah, it's like exclusive lanyards where you can put all of your IDs and your main admission passes. Look around, you'll see them at Disney parks. You're not supposed to wear your blue ID on you, but some people do because they're ghetto. It's ghetto. Why would you display? Oh, by the way, I work in this area. I go to the parks to have fun.
True. It's kind of like going to Walmart and wearing a name badge because you don't want people to talk to you.
Ma'am, where's the bathroom? I'm not working. I don't know.
Yeah. Mine's not as exciting, but I worked here at Walmart, and like I swear, when I was not working, I would get asked more questions. I'm like, sorry, I don't work here. Even though I did, I just wasn't on duty. Yes. Okay, so how was working at Disney different from working at Universal? Was there a difference?
Yeah, there is it's a different atmosphere more than anything. I think Universal and their mission statement, I think it's like, we want you to have fun at the end of like your day or whatever. It's like, I think it's in the employee mission statement. And like you have a lot of fun with these people who kind of come for like a Disney effect, but you have the satisfaction of being able to tell people, no, I can't do that.
Oh, can you tell people no?
You can tell people no. There's like ways that you need to go about it. Like, you need to be on your like best guest service thing, but if someone like comes at you, you don't need to remedy the situation. If you feel uncomfortable, just be like, sorry, I can't do that.
Obviously, if something's like dangerous at Disney, you can kind of tell them no, but like,
Yeah.
it's the last possible option probably.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's like the great thing. Like, I can tell you no, like, and it's completely okay as long as it's within.
I say within reason a lot. Yeah. Disney is definitely, you have to be like on your game, because like if other people, like your leadership team, isn't gonna notice that you're like not staying on top, or you're not interacting with guests, other guests will notice. They just, Universal, it doesn't matter as much. You're doing your job, you're making sure everything's, I worked merchandise, so that could also speak from my experience at Universal. But yeah, I loved it. I loved getting to connect with more people, because I feel like in Disney you're more like segregated by your roles. Meanwhile, like I would eat lunch with like someone who was really good friends with Spider-Man at Marvel Superhero Island, and you got to like talk about things, and you got to like connect with people because you would eat at the same grill. So yeah.
Can you kind of say what the whole friends with Spider-Man thing means?
You know them very well. You could probably,
you know how to act like them.
you know these guys. You're really good friends with Peter Parker and Green Goblin, and you know all those folks. You're good friends. You're just friends.
You make it sound like it's a relationship. Anyways, what would be like your one like job role that you would absolutely want?
I went for it, and then I lost it. I was going to be a character attendant. I was like waiting for it.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I got like I did the interviews, because you do interviews.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and like I got it, and then one, COVID happened, and then two, I got hurt at the beginning of the year last year.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to call out, and before I could like get it fixed, because I called out within a certain amount of times, I couldn't transfer. So I was like, well, I'm moving anyway, so I guess that's fine. But yeah,
Did you have like a specific character that you were looking at, or just character?
I put open that I was open to any of the areas. I think I put Epcot as my last one. Epcot is very daunting for me because it's huge.
Oh yeah, it is kind of...
Yeah. So,
what would be the one character you want to be attendant with?
that is a wonderful question. Dang.
Look at me go.
I know I wouldn't want it to be Kylo Ren, because like
If I can find a picture of her like meeting Kylo Ren, I will try to like, or she'll pull it up. Like she fangirls every time she meets Kylo Ren.
There's love and adoration in my eyes.
I feel like you couldn't work with him because she would be too like starstruck every time.
Yeah, even if like the friend that was with him wasn't like Adam Driver, you put on the helmet, I'm like, oh, he's so beautiful. I can't do it. It's just look at this. Look at this mess. We're doing our Disney point together. It's so cute.
What she's not showing you, there's another picture where like she's staring at her and like,
oh,
like he's the most beautiful thing. I don't know.
Adam Driver.
Like, would you rather do like a character that you love, or like a character that is just more fun to have interactions with? You know what I mean?
I would love to work with Stitch, to be quite honest.
I was about to say, Stitch would probably be, or Merida would be like your top two favorites. Other than
I would die to work with Merida, because like I've met her maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and she's one of my favorites, and I geek out every single time. The first time I met her, I almost cried. I'm a grown woman.
I cry all the time.
Oh, here it is. Look at this.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the picture I'm referring to. She was very, very
in love. I'm in love.
In love. So I guess this will be the last question. Favorite like ride? Like, did you grow an appreciation for a ride while you were working there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or was it like always the same ride?
See, Tower of Terror is my favorite ride, like hands down, for sure. Like, I love Tot. I love that. I love Tot. She's so good. But a ride that I really grew to appreciate,
is actually Carousel of Progress. Like, I would get drunk and go, like, let's, like, just watch that show for 3 hours. Because it's, like, one of, like... It's one of the few things that we have left in the parts that...
Oh, yeah.
That Walt worked on. After that, you have Tiki Room, which was, like, his last project that he got to...
I do like Tiki Room.
Oversee, if you don't count, like, the plans for Epcot, which is, like, a whole story in of itself. But, yeah, I have, like, a great love for Carousel of Progress. Like, sometimes, like... I'll just jam out to the music. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. It's a bop. It's a bop.
Oh, we might have to try that. But that is it for part 1. We'll be coming back with part 2. Obviously still wearing the same things because we're not changing. We're not extra. We might put ears on though. We should have put on.
We should have put ears on.
Part 2 will have ears. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you real soon, and
We'll see
you in a minute. Bye.